Ball's Napier's story details an account that sounds all too familiar and resonates with hundreds and thousands of college athletes. Therefore, I come before you today to ask the question, should NCAA athletes be paid?
Of course they do. Napier's story has to do with the fact that even with scholarships, the stipends are not enough for especially low income or even anybody to live off of. Yes, the college athletes are covered for their tuition and living space, but their average allowance only ranges from $2,000 to $5,000 per year. Could you live off of $2,000 per year? That means that every 2 weeks, these athletes are given about $77. It's unbelievable that we expect anybody, let alone college athletes, to live off so little. Furthermore, college athletes put on hours and hours on end perfecting their craft in school and on the ball field. For instance, let's look into the typical schedule of a college athlete, such as NFL player and Stanford graduate Richard Sherman experienced. He states, you wake up in the morning, you have weights at this time. Then after weights, you go to class, and after class, you go maybe try to grab you a quick bite to eat. Then after you get your quick bite to eat, you go straight to meetings, and after meetings, you've got practice, and after practice, you've got to try to get the work done you had throughout the day you've got from your lectures and from your focus groups. Many times these athletes wake up early in the morning at around 4 to 5 and don't get done with all their classes, practices, and team meetings till 8 at night. On top of all this, according to an NCAA survey conducted in 2011, Division I basketball players spend on average 39.2 hours per week. Baseball players spend on average 42 hours per week, while football players practice on average 43 hours per week. How can these athletes not get paid if they're on average spending over 40 hours per week, basically acting as full-time workers while at the same time having to be on top of all the classes and homework that come along with being a student?
Yes, I'm aware that opponents toward the payment of college athletes consistently state that there just isn't enough money or revenue the university/NCAA have saved, or where the money would even come from.
But they're wrong. There's the extreme amounts of money that's brought in from sporting events, so there's no excuse as to why the NCAA won't pay their athletes, or even allow them to make money. Sporting events such as March Madness generate up to $8.8 billion in sales. Even college coaches such as Nick Saban from the University of Alabama is paid about $7 million per year. On average, throughout the Division I FBS schools, the salary for head college coaches are around $1.64 million. On top of all this, the 5 biggest conferences, the ACC, the SEC, Big Ten, Big 12, and Pac-12, all make anywhere from the range of $22 million to $34 million per school season from sporting events.
With so much revenue generated primarily based off the college athletes' performances, there definitely is money that can be given to these players. Without the college athletes, the NCAA would lose millions and billions of dollars. Without the college athletes, the NCAA would quite simply be irrelevant. So why not pay the athletes what they deserve?